bum 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 dun, dun, bum 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 dun, dun. Monday Night Football. In case you haven't gleaned from me, I am an alpha of a man. My physique glistens when women spit on me in the street. And do you know why that is? It's because I'm a connoisseur of the most manly thing in existence. Sports. Specifically two main ones, F1 and English football. So I've been trying to expand my taste a little bit by sampling here and there, as I am cripply addicted to sports betting and in severe financial debt. So I've taken up gambling on other sports, like Korean baseball, Turkish oil wrestling, and even Barcelonian bullfighting. But one sport has eluded me. Try as I might to get into it, I simply cannot enjoy American football. It's not the sport itself I don't like, because I think it is quite interesting and fun. I like the complex nature of it and how another team has to outplay another team in order to score a point using tactics and, dynamic thinking. Right up my alley. But the NFL has a big flaw. And that being, there is no such thing as multiple leagues. Now, if you don't know nothing about sports, the majority of sports have multiple leagues for that same sport. F1, for example, has F1. And then it drops down to F2, F3, and then I think it's karting. There's different leagues. So you as an individual driver can either progress up or regress down. You're not performing good enough? Too bad. You're getting out of here. You're performing at the top of your game? You can start off as a kart boy and become the next big F1 driver. It incentivizes skill. Same with English football. No matter what team you support in England, there is a chance of them going up or down the league tables. The four main ones being the Premiership, the EFL, League One, and then League Two. I'll use my team as an example. The Rovers are currently in the Championship, but they could just as easily win that league and go up to the Premier League, earning higher amounts of pay, more spotlight time, and pulling in a lot more money for the club. However, if a team like Liverpool continuously got demoted from the Premier League, and hypothetically, I know it's very unlikely that it will happen, dropped all the way down to League 2, essentially lose all of those benefits, and have to start from scratch, working their way up the table. It makes for nail-biting stuff, especially because the bottom three are the only ones who get relegated. So if your team was in the Premiership, if they were in the 20th, 19th, and 18th spot, they would get relegated to the Championship. Then from the Championship League end, the top two finishing teams automatically go up. Then there's a playoff between 3, 4, 5, and 6, for whoever secures that final spot. Simple enough that even a complete idiot can understand it. That's why I love the sport so much. It appeals directly to my capabilities. Plus, it just makes sense. You punish poor behavior and you reward amazing behavior. If your team is doing incredibly well, yeah, they should go up to a higher level. And this is where the disconnect comes from me and American football. I really wanted to understand the game and how it worked, so I deep dived into it. And when I found out how the table system works, I just said, well, fuck this. This is stupid. Because in American football, there is no such thing as demotion or promotion. The NFL is just the NFL. Let's say, for example, you are the Washington Redskins. You could run around on that field like asshats for 6 seasons in a row, and there would be absolutely zero recourse. If you do poorly, you just chill at the bottom of the table. You continue to play your games, and if you're lucky, you make it to the middle of the table. But even if you're not lucky, doesn't matter, because nothing's going to happen to you. You're just still in the NFL. From a fan's point of view, I do not understand that. Part of the excitement of watching football is knowing that if my team does incredibly poorly, well, then we will get punished. Not me, because I don't play for the team. I hate it when people talk like that. But the club that I love to support will get punished. And then we'll have to fight an uphill battle to get back to where they were. It's dramatic and makes you incentivized to watch the entire season right through. If the Green Bay Packers, for some reason, have just a monstrous lineup, there's nowhere for them to go. They just beat every other team in the league and that's it. They win the trophy. Cool, dude. So you're just stuck with the same however many teams there are in a pretty pathetic cycle. And yes, the playoffs do come into effect of it, but the playoff system itself is also just goddamn idiotic. Like, why are you playing in a league to place first just so you have the chance to win the trophy at the end of the season? Isn't that the whole point of the league, is to win at the end if you have the most points? Oh, and also, what the fuck is a wild card? Why is there a wild card? I mean, it just doesn't make much sense to me. Alternatively, you can watch college football, which is quite frankly just as pointless. Again, because they also don't have leagues. You either win a season or you lose a season. There is zero zero incentive for fans to come back and watch the rest of the games if you're on the middle of the table, because you can tally up the points in your head and say, oh, my team's not going to win this year. Oh well, bye-bye. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out why this was the case. It's anti-competitive, and quite frankly, makes the sport bloated and piss poor. And then I remembered, America ain't no commies, baby. These colors bleed red, white, and blue, and we can't have no socialists playing. No, we just have our top 20 billionaires who closed off the league to everybody else so that they can forever continuously profit. And that's also why they have the ability to literally change fucking cities. Yeah, did you know that? American football teams can move cities. There's loads of jokes of, oh, this team from Manchester is full of Italians, French, Irish. Okay, that I take that back. That was a bit silly. Irish people playing in the Premier League. I meant to say Ghanaians and Africans making up the supposedly English team in this English league. But at least that team stays in its city. Even if the manager is from another country, the coach is from another country, all of the players are from other countries, guess what? That team still plays in that country. If it was up to the NFL, they would probably sell themselves off to Spain just to make a couple extra bucks. And you'd have Tom Brady saying, oh, I love Spain. Lo polos elos. Me encanta pasar mi hijo. Underlay, underlay. It's a pathetic showing. And I'm sorry, NFL fans, you have to accept that your sport is rotten to the core. It will never get better unless you introduce a league system. But at the end of the day, that is your choice. It's an incredibly silly and stubborn choice, but that is the American way. And by God, you got the right to do it. Legally, you have to subscribe. My name is Dino, and yes, I'm well aware that English football isn't exactly perfect either, but at least something actually happens in the sport. Bro, I'm sorry, I have to bring you back for a second. Apparently the wild card means they are the ones with the best records amongst the teams that did not win their divisions. These teams usually finish as runner-up to their division winners. I am gonna have an aneurysm. Needlessly complicated. It's just so... See you later. Bye-bye.